Welcome to Northumberland Zoo on YouTube. My name is Maxine and I work here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, I apologise for the long silence, but January was such a busy month for us because we were closed, we were trying to get loads of projects done, and I barely spent any time at my computer. But that doesn't mean that I didn't record a few of the things that we got up to. Not only was our maintenance team super busy in the cafe, which I will be giving you an update on here pretty soon, but our keepers were really busy as well on section. And today I wanted to show you a couple of projects that they've been working on. And one of the bigger ones that they did was in our nocturnal area for the Potoroos.
Potoroo is a small marsupial native to Australia, and they're related to kangaroos and wallabies. However, they're very small and they look quite rat-like, but they're not rats. Our male's called Harry, and it just makes perfect sense to call him Harry Potoroo. Harry Potter, of course. And the female is called Niffler, and that's a character from the Fantastic Beasts. We have noticed that our older male, Harry, who's 9 years old, he's getting quite overgrown claws. So a really good way to maintain that without having to grab him and actually clip his claws is provide an environment where they can wear them down naturally. One of our keepers, Ben, suggested that we do a mock rock facade all the way around the enclosure, which they can climb on, and it will also help to naturally wear down their claws too. So we thought, okay, we're quite good at mock rocking now, let's do it. So to make the mock rock climbing structure in here, we're gonna first frame it out with a wooden frame which has some polystyrene boxes in it as well, just to fill the voids. Then we're gonna line it with mesh, and this is what the concrete sticks to. We then add the first coat of concrete, which is a scratch coat, and then the top layer of concrete which goes on top of that is the theming coat, and that's where we make it look pretty. However, we're gonna do this one a little bit more quicker because we don't want to keep the Potoroo out of the enclosure for too long. So this one doesn't need to look as pretty because it's going to be in the dark, because this is a nocturnal enclosure.
So I'm just doing a bit of highlighting on the mock rocking that we've done for the Potoroo. So yeah, as you can see, they've got multiple levels here. So this is going to be really good for them for climbing, which is a natural behaviour of theirs. Yeah, I think pretty much every keeper has done some of it. So now we're just going to take the opportunity to put new branching in here while the animals are out. They're going to have a little sand pit over here as well. We're not sure whether they're going to just kick it all over the floor, but we're trying to give them a nice little sand pit area. New branches going up for the gliders as well. And then we've got some rocks here and some logs, which we're going to probably put up against some of the rock work initially. We know that Niffler, the female, came from an enclosure where there were a lot of climbing opportunities, and she's a bit younger, so she'll probably be straight up there, and little truffle as well, but Harry might need some help, so we'll give him a few little steps to help him out.
G'day, I am just going to get the gliders out of here. They've just come from their temporary housing. You're probably not going to see them because they are all still asleep, and these guys tend to sleep in this little, it's a lovely little soft blanket. It smells a lot like them. They all curl up together and they sleep in it. Just like in the wild, they probably sleep in a little ball in like a log hollow, a tree hollow, but they're all usually in the middle here. So I'm just going to put them in, all wrapped up into their little nest box. Easy peasy. So the Potoroo, we've got 3, they're in here. I'm just going to take this towel off, open the door and let all 3 come out on their own accord when they're ready. In theory, they'll come straight out anyway. See how we do it? Hey.
So the keepers have finished the Potoroo project now, and I think it looks really cool. They've added in some nice new branching, and it's got like a real arid feel, which is kind of that Australian theme. It has taken up quite a lot of floor space because it's big, but we made sure that it was all usable space, so all the tops are kind of flat, different shelves and levels, and Potoroo are really, really good jumpers, so they can jump straight up from the floor, or they can use the steps to climb their way up. And then over in that far corner, they've made like a bit of a basin where they put sand in, so the Potoroo can have a sand bath in there. which is also really nice. And you may notice up on the tree branches there's some platforms too, but that's actually for the sugar gliders, because they share their enclosure with a group of sugar gliders, and they are arboreal, so they spend their time up in the trees. And then down on the floor here they've put some tubes and some log stacks and rocks and just some other features just to make the environment a bit more complex for them. One of the reasons for doing this was for natural nail care, so all the stuff that they can scramble around and jump on is going to be really great for keeping their nails down. I think the Potoroo are really enjoying it. We've seen them use all parts of it. You can see the keepers have been putting their food on it as well, but even without the food there, they do seem to use it. Truffles just sat up on the higher bit there. We just saw Niffler and Harry were kind of bouncing around on the lower levels too. So I think they're really enjoying it. And I looked through the windows the other side about 2 days ago, and one of them came right up to the side of the window and had a little look at me as well.
So one of the great things that I certainly noticed after all of the smock rock was finished is that these guys are so much more active. I've been down here quite a few times and they're bombing around. They can actually get right up to the window now. So there's actually a little ledge there where they can come and peer around the window. So just give yourself a few minutes for your eyes to adjust and you'll be able to spot them. And of course, they're not the only ones in here. We've also got some sugar gliders in here as well. I have seen them a few times kicking around in the trees, and they're obviously always have to look up for them. So that's one of the projects that the keepers were working on. Storm Arwen hit us obviously while we were closed as well, so that kind of set us back a little bit with our plans. I did put a little video on Facebook of some of the mad winds that we got, and it ripped our hay barn roof off, which was quite intense. So when we reopened up on the 1st of February after the storm, like, I could not believe how busy we were, which was really good. I was like, it's awesome. Everyone who came out, thank you so much. But yeah, I don't think we were quite prepared for how busy it was going to be. Yeah, it was kind of a baptism of fire in the cafe, and I'll do a video for you guys next week showing all of our cafe upgrades and how that's all working. And obviously if you've been, let me know what you think. Obviously nothing is ever perfect, and it's so frustrating when you put so many hours and so much effort into things and then like people come in and potentially don't fully understand what it was that you were intending for them to do or see, or but I can go through that with you next week and see if you think of any ideas. 2025 is actually our 10-year anniversary of having a zoo license as well, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if we're going to do anything for it because we don't really have like an events person to manage these things, and it is a bit of a headache, but yeah, 10 years this year. Another huge milestone for us this week is that we reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. My goodness me, thank you so much to each and every one of you who come back, listen to me rambling on about what we get up to here at the zoo and supporting everything that we do. It does mean a lot. And I've just launched our annual photography competition for our 2026 calendar. So if you've been to the zoo and you've taken some pictures of our animals that you really like, could be any of the animals, you can go into our website and upload 2 photos each maximum, and they need to be like landscape because that's the orientation that a calendar is in, and obviously high quality of any of the animals. And competition closes on the 26th of February. If you win, you get a 2026 Northumberland Zoo calendar, and for free with your photo on the front cover. And you can also choose from an annual membership to Northumberland Zoo or from a lemur, bat or off-peak capybara encounter. So full details are on our website. We've got a lot on at the minute, and we've got a lot of really exciting content coming up over the next few weeks. And that includes looking at our otter enclosure refurbishment. We've got the cafe renovations that we've been working on. We've also got our new red squirrel enclosure, which we'll have news about that soon. We've got a new male servalin that we've been trying to mix with a FIA. So there's a lot of content, there's a lot of things happening here at the zoo. And yeah, be sure, if you haven't done already, to subscribe to the Northumberland Zoo channel and support everything that we do. It really, really helps out. But yeah, is there anything in particular that you guys want to see from this channel in 2025? Do let me know. I try my best to upload every week, but obviously when you're knee deep in trying to figure out what to do with a zoo, then it can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but I'll try my best. But yeah, no, it's an exciting year. There's going to be a lot of exciting changes. The next kind of big exhibit that's going to be opening up this year is the red squirrels. And of course, we've got a huge maintenance project going off at the minute down at the snow leopards as well. So if you've been to the zoo, you've probably seen already in the last couple of days, it's going to be a bit of a long-term project because it just takes a little bit longer to do these things, but we're going to be redoing the fence at the snow leopards as well. So there's a lot of things to share with you. And yeah, I just want to give a quick shout out to North Carolina Aquarium for watching. I'm sure you appreciated the mock rock and the Potoroo there. But yeah, I know we've got a lot of people from zoos around the world that watch, so do let me know in the comments who you are. But yeah, they had been watching our videos since the mock rock videos because they're like mock rock professionals, not like us, and they were super fans of the guinea pig exhibit, so sent some guinea pig stuff over to America for them, and that was really cool to see. So thanks so much, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. But anyways, that's it for this week. I've got some other stuff to do. I shall see you next week with probably a cafe update, or maybe it's even an otter update, and share what we've been up to with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I shall see you next week.